Good morning, everybody. It's been a while. I'm so glad that we can start our spiritual fitness class once again. If anybody out there was viewing this video that are new, this class we learn about while we are doing some intense exercise to strengthen our body. We really learn about the relationship of the way that God created our body and how we ourselves to function out in the world as part of its larger body. So today we're going to concentrate on our arms and our shoulders. But really, I mean, when we think about it, all our limbs are connected to our torso. So whenever we work on our arms, our shoulders, and especially our chest and our back are all related. So we will actually be strengthening both together. So this is what we're going to do. Let me check something real quick. Be right back. Okay, so what we need is our main tool, as you can see, exercise tool, is a hand towel. This is all we need. It really helps and guide us. And you never thought, what about the weights? Well, that's an option. If you would like to work with weights, go ahead. But I really do feel like instead of always relying on external things for help, we could really just work with our internal strength what we already were given. Okay. Another thing is that I like to use as you know, the soft ball. I know that a few of you guys, my regulars, have one. If you would like to have a link, you can message me, and I'll give you the link to where you can purchase it. It's like $10 on Amazon, or less than that. Okay, I like this because it's really nice and squishy, and what it does is really just helps us to give that extra support in the lower back, just so that it helps us to engage our core, help us to keep our heart open, and at the same time it eliminates that extra tension on the lower back. To me, it's like lower back is like a very fragility of our human relationship. When we put so much strain and everything on there, it really just causes pain and misalignment and injury. And so for us to protect that, we just need just a little bit extra and support every muscle that is around that. So that's what that's for. I want to show you my latest equipment though, that helps me more. So this is completely optional. It's just to challenge my body a little bit more. And this I have recently purchased. Again, I got like set of 3 with different tension for like $10 from Amazon once again. And it's basically what it does. This is the medium one. And so when I'm out, it actually helps me strengthen my outer hip by consistently challenging my legs, working against that tension. So these are all completely optional. You can use these with or without. We are still strengthening and working out and doing all the good things to our body. The music is from Deep Instrumental Worship from YouTube. It has some really amazing meditational music there that's free. It's copyright free. And I recommend that if you need any time just for a nice background music, this is a perfect place for it. They have like everything from 20 minutes to an hour. I think I actually saw like an 8-hour play that you could actually have continuous play during your sleep. So, but I really appreciate that they released this with no copyright. Okay, so we can do everything legally. Okay. All right, so let's get started. For 8 hours, at least I hope you had at least 8 hours sleep. I think I had about 7.5. Our body's been, like one position with very shallow breath, no food and no water, right? While our body was supposed to recover during sleep. So please have water, drink water as often as your body needs to. I don't need to tell you when to drink water. Listen to your body. That's the most important thing. We have to learn to listen to our body by developing that close relationship. Just being self-awareness. And self-awareness just doesn't mean that what's going on around us, but what's also going on within us. And that's our body. Okay? So just let us start with sitting up straight. Put left hand on your lower mid-abs. Right hand right on your heart. And just breathe. Nice, long, slow exhale. Breath gives life to our body, right? It feeds us with oxygen. As the spirit feeds strength and our relationship with God. So really just, the spirit, Ruha, actually means breath. God's breath, as well as our breath, gives life. So let's be aware of our breath and just make sure to incorporate everything we do, both in spirit and the breath. Inhale and exhale. Now, when you inhale, try to see if you can move your lower hand. It requires like a deeper breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, just really squeeze that hand into your abs. Bring the oxygen out. Inhale. And exhale. Now some of you might feel a bit of dizziness, because it's all of a sudden now each time we breathe, our blood flow just becomes alive, and it just starts to flow a little faster, pumping blood into our heart, maybe a little faster than it was before. And so then it's kind of like just a little rush of the blood in our head. So to calm the bit of the dizziness, you can just close your eyes. It's good that we're sitting down. I say the best place for you to work out with me is in your kitchen or your dining room table, sitting on your dining room chairs. Inhale and exhale. One more breath, inhale and exhale. Just staying here. Now when you let's check our body to where we are. So first of all, let's check our chin. When our body is weak, and when our weakest points wants to compensate, and one of them is our chin. So when our core is weak, and the sitting upright is even difficult, our small muscles like our chin, it wants to just jut out like this. Look at the strain that I'm putting on my neck, especially the back of my neck and my shoulders, upper shoulders right here, right? I could already feel the strain. So we really need to check. And notice in this position, it is so difficult to engage our core, right? Because when our body is misaligned, this is the example of misalignment, it's really difficult for us to engage our core. So we want to check our chin back to keep our back of our neck, extension of our spine straight, have it lined. And all of a sudden now, look at our body. It is aligned and feels so much more strong. I mean, it's so much stronger than it was, than this, right? Than this. So we might even want to instill that memory. We want to instill that muscle memory. So we want to do this at the time and then just go back. So just understand and train our body to see what's the right position that we need to be in at all times. And it requires core strength, especially our abs. So I find that core strength is like our faith, right? Our faith strengthens us, and stronger our faith is, our life just seems to be in line with God. Everything just seems to be good. But then we all know that when things just seem a little bit awry, and then you realize that our maybe spiritual practice, maybe our daily prayer or whatever that you have, that may have, or your daily conversation with God may have been lacking. And it reflects in our own body, physical body, as well as our place in the larger body. So as we strengthen our core, which we will be engaged at all times during all of our spiritual fitness classes, that we need to really be mindful of our awareness in life as to our relationship with God, and saying that, are we engaged with God? And then when are we lax? When do we forget? And then what do we do to come back to that? So let's get to it. Again, so if you don't have if you do not have a ball, bath towel is a great option. I suggest that you just roll it up, and then sometimes it could get slippery. You could even tape it or wrap it with a rubber band. Those are options. What you do is what you're doing is just a support for that lowest of the lower back, so that when we tuck our hips slightly under, automatically our lower ab gets engaged, and you just kind of lean back. It takes away the little bit of the support there. It takes away that tension, so you can really concentrate on engagement. Okay, so that's what we need. But I love the ball because, first of all, it really doesn't slip, and it's nice and squishy, so you can really fit right in there. And it also challenges us in balance, because you have to stay centered in doing that. So let's lean back, slightly tuck that hip under, and feel your lower abs engaged. Just put left hand there, and just let it connect to your brain. Again, we're instilling that muscle memory. Heart is open, shoulders down. We're going to really concentrate on our shoulders and arms today while we have our core engaged. And you'll notice, with so much is going on these days, what we basically say we have burdens on our shoulders, right? Burden is on our shoulders. Our shoulders do a lot to support us and keeping our heart open. And that's why it is important for us to strengthen all the muscles around that, which is arms, chest, and back, and our upper back. But what happens when we lose sense of this shoulder, the shoulder tends to compensate us, right? Our weakness. So it wants to just take over and does this. And we find ourselves sitting like this a lot. And look at, again, my body is out of alignment, chin is out. Normally, it represents our pride, our ego, right? And so what happens is that when we allow the world to take over, we are led not by God, but we are led by our own selves, our ego, our pride. And then we look like this. It's not a very attractive look, right? And we become, when we do not promote health in the world, but unfortunately, we actually instill pain in the world because our attitude comes negative. You can't have positive attitude walking around like this, okay? So I want you to really just keep our shoulders down, heart open, always keep our core engaged. This is very difficult just already in this pose, right? We can just sit and just close your eyes and be aware. Awareness is so important, right? Awareness in our faith with God, as well as awareness of our alignment of our body by engaging our core. Awareness of our heart being open versus letting ourselves go and letting the burden, literally the burden of the world just take over our body, and then it promotes nothing but negativity. So we really need to just have confidence that by engaging our faith, that by engaging our core, that our body will be healthy, and eventually the larger body will become healthy when each person has that awareness and really corrects ourselves, getting ourselves back in alignment in positive relationship with God and with each other. So let's just be here. Whew, I could already feel my abs engaged. You should definitely feel muscles all the way down your back, having tension. You can feel the tension. We're trying to work so hard to support you. Now, anytime, listen to your body, you will need a rest, right? Because we're all at different strength levels, and our body will tell you when it is time for you to take a break. So don't do this. This does nothing for ourselves, right? So we're going to just come on up. Keeping that alignment. Sit up tall. Take a rest. If you need to move, just move a little bit. Loosen up those muscles. And then just come right back. Look how easy that is, right? Instead of we do this, then we have to get ourselves up and then just kind of readjust everything, maybe even a seating position, and then try to get back to this pose. And then when there's too many steps to take, we end up saying, oh, forget it, I'm not going to do this right now. You know? So we want to just really take proper steps so that we can get out and come back in to give our body the right type of rest. Right? Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So for many, this may even be a challenge because our upper body may be weak, especially when we're so caught up watching the news lately, and when our body is stressed and we automatically, without even realizing it, the burdens of the world just wants to take over, and we end up watching TV like this. And we have to really be mindful, just sitting tall, shoulders down, heart open, core engaged. So again, when you come up, bring your upper body forward, and then really come up tall. And let's just kind of move side to side, loosening up those muscles a little bit. And then before you do any type of exercise, we really need to loosen up all our joints and our muscles because, again, we've been sleeping in one position for a long period of time, and some muscles are stiff. So before we even go into strength, let's loosen up our arms. So bring your hands to the shoulder. And all we're gonna do is move our elbows. So we're bringing elbows in. Again, notice that my shoulders not collapsing inward, right? When I'm not letting the burdens of the world taking over me. What I'm doing is I'm just literally bringing it forward to separate my shoulder blades to stretch the back muscle, upper back. So inhale, exhale. As you inhale, just open up your elbows very wide, shoulders down, and opening up our heart. Inhale, exhale, bring it forward. Separating. My head's not coming forward, it's staying still, keeping that alignment. And inhale, take it all the way back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, open. Open up our hearts. Exhale, forward. Separate those back muscle, shoulder blades. Inhale, open. One more time. Exhale, forward. Inhale, open. And then come to neutral, just keeping that hand on your shoulder. And then we're just gonna move our elbows in circular motion, outer circles. Feel your shoulder blades, your rotator cuffs working safely. This just keeping our hands on our shoulder really helps us to keep it. Because when we can do this with our arms extended out, but then we are really allowing our rotator cuffs just kind of roam free. So this is a great way to control that motion and yet still give that movement and loosening up those muscles. So we're gonna do 3 more. So when you do this, when you bring it forward, again, shoulders not coming up, your elbows are forward, and at the same, when your elbows are forward, you'll notice the shoulder blades separate and stretching. So it's a really nice, small movement in a very safe way. Okay, we're gonna change direction. Again, bring it forward, keeping your elbows and your chin where it's supposed to be to keep our spine aligned. You're sitting tall, so although we're not leaning back, our core is still upright, right? It's all engaged. So bring forward. Continue to breathe. Breath is key. Breath gives us strength and healing as well as a spirit. Holy Spirit is the one that gives strength and healing in our faith. So continuously move. Okay, now bring that to neutral position, bring your elbows forward, inhale, and exhale, we're just gonna raise the elbow as high as we can. You'll notice that gentle stretch of your arms right here, right? Very gentle stretch. Inhale, slowly lower it down, and then here we're just gonna take our elbow straight back. Again, gentle stretch of our shoulders. Inhale, just straight up. And then take it back down. And then as you exhale, take it straight back. Whew. This feels very good. And you could probably feel like blood just brushing into those areas, giving this nice warmth to your muscles. And then take it back. One more time. Bring it up, take a nice stretch up. Here, this is a bit of an awkward position, so it's really easy for us to just kind of scrunch our neck, right? No, we need to keep the shoulders down and then chin tucked in so that our body can be aligned. Okay, and then take it back. Ooh, very nice. And then come to neutral position and release. Now, if you notice, just by doing this, you might have also felt a bit of a tension on your wrist. And we use these smaller joints that we have really works hard for us. I mean, small joints like the lower back, our wrist, our vertebrae. I mean, they just work so much for us. Let's go ahead and just give it a nice rotation because our wrist is going to be engaged the whole time in this exercise as well. And then just rotate opposite direction. This is also great for many of you who are typing all day long. And another stretch that I want to do that I've been doing on a regular basis every day and has really made a difference in the health of my hands and my wrist is to stretch your palm. There's a lot of muscles here that we neglect, right? So what you do is just take your hand flat and then just gently grab your 4 fingers. Inhale, breath is key. It doesn't matter what joint, what muscles you work on, breath always is the key. Inhale, and as you exhale, just gently, while supporting your fingers with your thumb at the bottom, use your 4 finger and very gently just bend that hand out. You'll notice like a nice, just a stretch of it and realize, oh, I didn't realize that my palm was so tight. This exercise will really help you to keep your hands flexible. And when your hands are flexible, it just makes your hands be able to be nimble in doing so many things. Our hands and our feet work for us 24/7. So we really need to do our share to take care of them. Other side, just very gentle. And one of the reasons why I started doing this was because I have been feeling a lot of tension on my joints and my muscles. But then when I visited this Cambodian museum, there was dancers, the Cambodian traditional dancers, and they were showing us the things that, the motions and stuff. In their hand, when they dance, there's a lot of hand motions that they do. And so they have this, and one of the things that they do is basically they do special hand exercises to keep their hands flexible. So when they do this, their hands are so flexible that they could actually do kind of like a back bend. It's got a beautiful curve that's going on, And I thought that was just so beautiful. And it's because, they take care of it. It's that flexibility. Flexibility is beautiful. And flexibility is something that we also need to practice in our life. Flexibility just keeps us be nimble and be more accepting and be able to give us a different perspective in life. And then slowly release, just move your fingers, and you'll notice that, I didn't realize my hand was so tight, right? And so this is also another thing I do that also helps. This is a gentler way of doing things. But again, you see the whole thing, even working on your fingers. Do you know that if you do this, it's really hard to engage the strength in doing this, right? The alignment of our body is so crucial, even in a simple thing as stretching our fingers. So we have to really be intentional and mindful of that. Okay, let's get to it. Have your chair in front of you, feet in between the legs. And then what I want you to do, go ahead and use the ball, give that little support in your lower back. Curve the hips slightly under. Feel your lower abs engaged. Have your hand held ready. Now press the outer feet, outside of your feet, into the legs of the chair. And you will notice that your lower body is all engaged. And it just helps us support our upper body. Now if you would lift your big toes from us, and then press the balls of your feet. By pressing your balls of your feet down, you'll even notice the solid foundation. And it really helps you keep all this alignment, maintaining this alignment. So just stay right here. All right? Now we are going to really go in and do some work and strengthening our arms. So bring your towel, bring it forward. Now just slightly bend that elbow outward. Notice now that the engagement is in our muscles. When we bring our elbows in and hyperextend by using our joints, then we are not using the muscles that we want to strengthen, but you're putting a lot of stress on these joints. So what we do is we want to slightly bend our elbow outward, and then you'll notice that now all the engagement is in the muscles, supporting those joints. And that's what we need to do. We have to not just rely on a person, but rely on our relationship. What are the elements that strengthen our relationship? It is putting it in all those things that supports those relationships, right? It's love, it's forgiveness, it's grace, it's kindness, and we can only maintain that in our awareness, self-awareness. Wouldn't it be wonderful if everybody was mindful of what we say and do? And breathe. Just hold it here. Isometric exercise. We are continuously engaging these muscles and just holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly with intention, bring it down. Very slowly. Okay, and then come on up, sit up tall, and just shake it off. So this was very challenging for me because all this time I have been working with weights, but doing an isometric exercise is a different way of challenging our muscles. You hear that we have to constantly challenge our exercises to challenge our muscles to strengthen, right? We can't do the same thing over and over and over again because then we lose the intention and then we get caught up in emotion and then we forget why we are doing the things that we do. So it's a constant challenge of our muscles, really strengthens us, and we need to seek constantly the challenge of our lives and work in that to strengthen our relationship with God and with each other. So come back up. Look at my wrist. They are not twisted in any way. We don't want to strain the gentle, very delicate joints that we have, right? So we're going to keep it aligned with our forearm. Inhale, and as you exhale, just slightly outward. Inhale. Now we're going to add some movement. Then as you exhale, just slowly open up those elbows. Take it over to the side. So don't drop your elbow. Notice that all of a sudden you lose that tension, right? Now we're going to engage. And staying engaged is difficult. It really is. And it takes work. And really be mindful that this is what I'm trying to do. So here you might even need to really just continue to really curve that hip under so you can really strengthen those abs to support our body. So you might be able to be here. You might not be comfortable coming all the way in. Do whatever your body tells you to do and be where your body is allowing you to be. You can't try to do exactly the same thing that I am doing because, we're in different places. Our bodies are different. So by bringing it in, and when your body is not comfortable bringing it all the way, but this is where you want to be, then other parts of your body tend to compensate, right? And one of the things that will compensate is your shoulders coming up. And look at this awkward pose. This does nothing except to cause strain and possible injury, right? So we want to really be listening and just love and appreciate where our body's allowing us to be right now. Our goal is not to be a certain pose. Our goal is to strengthen. Exhale out. Slow, intentional moves. Inhale, exhale, bring it in. Hold it here, inhale. Exhale out. You should definitely feel the warmth that's rushing into your body. Inhale and then exhale out. I mean, if we get into just the motion of this, we could do this all day long, right? But we're not engaging anything at all. We are just going through the motions. We're not being mindful of the way how our body is engaged. So we want to just take our time, bring it in, coordinating it with our breath, exhaling it out. Inhale, exhale in. Inhale, exhale out. 2 more. Inhale, bring it in. And then exhale it out. Inhale, exhale it in. Last one, hold for breath. And then exhale all the way out. And here, take it down while we're pulling the towel. All the way down. And just gently bring your body forward. Sit up tall. And let's loosen up those muscles. I hope you're feeling this as much as I am feeling it. I can feel the challenge and I can feel the strengthening happening at the same time. And challenge is not just about maintaining, but challenge is about just staying and consistency and not giving up. There's so many challenges and happening when things are hard, when things are difficult, right? And it's just, it's our willpower that build, and we have to rely on many things. Rely on not just the strength of our body, but rely on our intention, our will, our breath. Just so many complicated things are happening right now, just like how we are engaging our whole body. Let's come back. Again, don't forget that we might not even notice automatically when things get tough. Everything, all of our concentrations up here, and then it's easy for us to forget that we have let go of our engagement in our legs, right? So you want to continue to press your feet outward, also with your big toe flexed up, so the balls of your feet are grounded with a solid foundation, tailbone slightly tucked. So notice that I am leaning slightly back because, I work on my core every single day, but everybody will not be in this way. Or some of you may even have like back problem that this is too challenging or too much for you. Still use that ball, just kind of support that and just continue to curve that tailbone under, but stay as tall as you can that you need to be. Well, our goal is not about how far we go, right? Our goal is about engaging our core muscles. That's our goal. So if this engages you, even just sitting up tall engages you by slightly tucking the tailbone under, because we want to make sure that our lower abs are engaged. This is a perfect place for you. There's no right and wrong place as long as your muscles are engaged, right? There's no right and wrong way to have faith in God. Faith in God in itself is a challenge for us to continuously maintain with so much of the world just wanting to just take over our lives, right? So we have to be mindful of just allowing ourselves, giving our body permission to say, thank you for allowing me to do what we are able to do this time, this moment, during this breath. Okay. Let's do it again. Come on up. Bring our arms out. elbows slightly outward. Watch your wrist. Inhale. And exhale. Bring it in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Continue to pull the towel. Continue to engage all the muscles. Shoulders down, heart open. When you bring it in, feel your shoulder blades squeezing together and out. Separating, slightly separating the shoulder blades. In and out. In and out. In and out. We're gonna do 2 more. In and out. And staying here, you would think, well, this, people who's not doing this with us, if they were just watching the video, they would say, well, that doesn't look very hard. But we know that when you get to this pose, when all your muscles are consistently engaged, and adding a movement to that is very challenging. In and out. So staying here, we're gonna continue to keep our elbow outward. We're just gonna bring it up so that we can still see the towel, but we're not moving above us. Okay. So continuously here. Now you should really feel the front part of your shoulders and our arms working hard for us. Don't forget, you don't want to squeeze your, twist your wrist in a awkward position. Try to keep it aligned. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. As you exhale, just again, bring it down. Elbows open. Squeezing your shoulder blades together. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Work with your breath. Breath gives us strength and power, as the Holy Spirit gives us strength and power to our faith. Inhale and exhale down. And up. And down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And up. And down. And up. One more time. And down. And then take it out. And then take it all the way down. Every move, make it count. And then bring your body forward. And then sit up tall. And just kind of give yourself a gentle circles on those shoulders. I hope that you are feeling this, because I certainly am. Ooh, this is very challenging. Again, this is so different from the typical exercises that I do with weights, and it really challenges our muscles in a different way. And it is so good for all of us, and I'm glad that you are doing this with me. Okay. Back to our pose. Don't forget our legs and our toes. Get back in. Really feel the lower and upper abs engaged. Shoulders down, chin tucked. Okay. Inhale and exhale. Again, bring your, grab your towel about shoulder width wide, length. Bring it here. Now again, elbows slightly outward, micro bend outward, so you know you're going to put it right in there. You probably really notice the difference when you're just extending it through your joints versus like taking it outward and the way our shoulder is self-engaged. So just hold it like this with one arm and just really grab that towel. So you have to just grab the towel, squeeze the towel, and then just feel your muscles on your shoulders and our arms just engaged in supporting this, right? This is just really, it's really good for our hands to just touch our muscles, because it sends a message, it connects that relationship with our brain of what our intention is. So it feels very good to just notice, well, my shoulders are really engaged in doing this, right? So this time, again, bring it a little bit closer. elbows slightly outward, shoulders down, chin tucked. It's really easy when your shoulders are challenged, especially when the shoulders are weak, and it's weak for many of us, right? That it just wants to compensate. Instead, we want to accept the challenge, and then we're going to strengthen it and instill that muscle memory. Inhale, and as you exhale, now we're just going to literally, keeping the tension, we're literally going to stack one hand on top of the other. So you should really feel the challenge of the shoulder, right? And then inhale, bring it up. As you exhale, the other way. So we're not just moving our wrist, twisting our wrist, we're moving our whole shoulder forward, right? And bring it up. Inhale and exhale. Keeping the shoulders down. It's really easy to try to do this. You want to keep it down because we want our shoulder to work, not the joints, right? Bring it back. Exhale. Up. And up. And twist. Really be careful not to twist the wrist. And up. If it's easier, just go and bring it even closer. And you can do this. A little easier. And up. And exhale, twist. Really notice, you should feel all these shoulder muscles and arms just working hard. You could just feel your arms. Just put your hands there on your arms whenever you feel like, I don't really feel anything, but really feel that. And you feel like, well, I don't think this is challenging enough, then go a little wider, okay? Oh, you notice I still need, I have to take a little break, come up right back, right? Whew. And then again, and back, and twist. Exhale in exertion. Always exhale in exertion. When we let ourselves go and let God in, we become that much stronger. And that's in our exertion. Breathe out. Whew. And in. And twist. And in. We're going to do 2 more sets. Twist. And back, twist, and back. Last set. Inhale and exhale. And back, exhale. Blow it out. And back. And then slowly lower it down and come right up. So notice that you might also feel tension on your neck, especially the base of that neck. Because this is very challenging. So we will stretch all these muscles in next 7 more minutes, and then we will start stretching, okay? So bear with me for 7 more minutes, okay? Okay, so bring it back. This time, we're going to go ahead and go a little wider, okay? Again, take it out. Now we're going to do a similar thing. We're just going to literally lift our shoulder, our elbow up, but keeping the shoulder down. So if you do this, you should definitely feel your lat muscle right here. This muscle right here, right? You should definitely feel that. And so just all you're doing is this. Don't do this, right? Then you do this and all of a sudden you're not engaging any of these muscles. You're really just straining your neck. Inhale, just go ahead and just lift that elbow up and down. We're going to do one side 5 times. Inhale, exhale up, and down. Exhale up, and down. Exhale up, and down. 2 more. Exhale up. This is harder than it looks, right? Because that muscle there is very small. And down, one last one, and up, and down. We're going to go right into the other side. Up, and down. Now this side, holding is not moving. We are still consistently holding to stabilize our working side and making sure that your elbow is slightly bent outward for the muscles to engage. Up, and down. Up, fatigue on your right side, because that's the side that we have really fatigued it up first. And down. Up and down. Exhale up. Shh. And down. One more time. Exhale up. Shh. And down. Woo. All the way down. Every move counts. Come on up and loosen up. Woo. Okay. One more exercise and we're going to go right into stretching. So I hope you should have also felt your core, right? Because we had it engaged the whole time we're doing this. What a challenging move, just even sitting this way, having our lower and upper abs engaged by keeping our body aligned. But this strengthens us. It really does, and help us to be healthy and just that much more effective and give us confidence. Our heart is open. And it's a true gift that we are even able to do what we are doing this morning, okay? Or anytime you're watching this video. All right, one more exercise and then we're good. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna literally go back this position, take it wide as you can if you want. You wanna go wider, you can just hold your towel. More this way, so you can go wider. Just make sure that your wrist is not being twisted, okay? You gotta make sure you keep that delicate joint in line. Gently bend outward, hold it here. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna move. Our torso is not moving. We're pulling from the left side. Now we're gonna pull from the right. Shh. Pull from left. Shh. Pull from right. Shh. Pull from left. Shh. Pull from right. Exhale left. Shh. So we're not twisting, because twisting works our body, not our shoulders, right? We're keeping our torso straight. We're just moving our arms side to side, really challenging our shoulders and our upper back. Come on back. And up, right. Exhale left. Shh. Exhale right. Oh boy, I feel it in the back of my neck because, again, this is a lot of tension. Keeping the muscles isometric at the same time, we're adding these slight movements. It is very challenging. Use your breath. Just when you think, oh, I can't do this anymore, do one more before you give up. Last one. Come back to center and release. Whew. Come on up. Wow, we worked so hard this morning. I hope you're feeling the heat here like I am feeling right now. So one of the things we're gonna do before we even, let's go into stretching. So before we even stretch our shoulders first, our neck, especially the neck muscles in the back of our neck and then the base of our neck, has really worked hard to keep our body aligned, right? You could probably feel it, 2 fingers right at the base of the neck, and probably even feel the knots from working so hard. So let's stretch it all out. So we're gonna start from our neck, and then we're gonna work down to our shoulders and our arms, okay? Inhale, sitting tall, abs are always engaged to keep us aligned. Because as soon as we let our abs go, do you see that? I'm also gotten shorter, right? So we want to sit tall with confidence by keeping our abs engaged. It's not to arch your body. This is not sitting up tall, right? This is sitting up tall. So we might even want to do this throughout the day, like standing cat and cow, right? And exhale, sit up tall. Might want to do this each day to really train our body to learn to engage and stand tall and keep our spine aligned so that, and in the same time, we think about where we are in alignment with God. All right, sitting tall, inhale. As you exhale, just drop your head. Sitting tall, keeping your shoulders down. Dropping your head, it doesn't mean this, right? We are only moving our head down. Inhale and exhale. If you feel a nice stretch going on already, stay here. If you would like to do a little more challenge, go ahead and link your fingers together. Very gently place it in the base of your head, not on your neck, base of your head. Inhale, and as you exhale, just slowly relax your shoulders and your arms. We're allowing the weight of our arms to help our neck to have a deeper stretch. Don't let go of your abs. Keeping sitting tall. We're lengthening our spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Slowly release, keeping the head down still. Now we're just gonna look over to your right. By turning your head, not just our eyes. Shoulders are still down, heart is still open. We're still sitting tall. And if you feel a nice stretch going on the right side of your back of your neck, that's good. If you want a little bit more, take your left hand, very gently place it on your right ear. Inhale. And as you exhale, just relax that arm very gently. And just feel a nice stretch going on that side. So if you want go even more, if you want an even deeper stretch, take your right hand, grab the right side of your chair very gently. And it's with your every exhale, just gently pull, tug your arm, tug your hand and holding the chair. And you feel your shoulders going down, you're lengthening the right side of your neck. No sudden moves, stretching. We are making space, allowing all the healing power of oxygen and red blood cells. Just all this blood to just rush through and feed our muscles so that it'll just lengthen and be flexible and making room. And that's what happens when we keep our lives flexible. We are making room for allowing others to enter, allowing God to enter. Slowly release your hand. Okay, bring your head down first. Just turn it down. No sudden moves, right? Take it over to the other side. Gently stay here if you feel a nice stretch. As if this is enough, it's great, stay here. If you a little bit more, take your right hand, place it very gently on top of your right ear. Inhale, and as you exhale, just slowly and gently relax that shoulder and that right arm. If you want a little bit more, take your left hand, grab the side of your chair, however you want, and you just want to have a gentle tug. And you just lengthen that side of the muscles. And breathe. Worst thing you can do is hold your breath while you are stretching. You want to just relax and let go. Remember, the power is in the exhale. When we allow ourselves to go and allow God to enter and work within us, we become that much more effective positively, strengthening our body. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Coming out, you want to release your left hand. Gently release your right arm down. Again, do not just come up, but take your head back, turn it back to the center. And then let's do this one more time. Thank your fingers. Bring it to the base of your head. Inhale, as you exhale, just let your shoulders and your arms relax. One more breath. raise your head back up. Now, since we have stretched the back of our neck, we always have to stretch the front. It's a balance, right? Balance is crucial. So what you do when you're taking your head back, if you're not comfortable taking your head back, there's so many different ways safest way of doing things, because our goal is to stretch the front part of our neck. It is not about challenging our muscles in a way, risking injury, right? So you can take your towel, put it at the base of your neck, bring it forward, and then just lean your head back. Oh, this actually feels very good, right? Now here you want to just raise your chin upward to really lengthen the muscle in front. Remember, shoulders are down, your abs are still engaged. Inhale and exhale, raise your chin up. And exhale, and bring it down. Raise it up again and hold. And down. Hold it up. And down. And up. And down. One more time. And up. And down. Slowly bring your head back. Spine back to alignment. Then release the towel. Woo. Should always feel really good here on your neck. Okay? Now, we're going to really take our hands back to the shoulder. You're probably going to feel a little bit more pliable now than we did in the beginning, right? Bring your elbows inward. And then take it all the way out. Open up our heart at the same time, dropping those shoulders. Bring it in. Separating your shoulder blades. Exhale all the way out. Bring it in. Exhale it out. It feels so good, right? Inhale. And then just open up our heart. One more time. Bring it in. Separate your shoulder blades. And then exhale all the way out. Open up your heart, dropping your shoulders. Slowly drop your hands. Again, grab the side of your chair. And now on the right hand, just go ahead and slowly tug and feel the stretch happening. Feel a little bit more. Just go ahead and take your head sideways again. Remember, all these muscles are all connected. So pull, not with pull, but with the elbows slightly bent. So if you were in a chair I don't know, if it's hard to do, grab the back of your chair. And you'll also notice how it just nicely stretches your muscles around the rotator cuffs. And open up your heart. I actually like grabbing the back of my chair better. One more breath. I always recommend at least 3 breaths. Slowly release. Take the other hand and just pull. Opening up, pressing your shoulder down. Just get a nice stretch going on around your shoulder. Whew. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Slowly release. Now we're going to stretch the back of our shoulders by bringing our arm forward, taking our other arm to brace that. Now we're going to counter press. This arm is going to press out while this arm is going to press in, but we're not doing this because this does nothing for our shoulders. So what we're doing, so it doesn't matter how far you bring, it could even just be here. Okay? What we're doing is we're trying to stretch back of our shoulders here. So what we're going to do is this way, now press the shoulder down. Ooh. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Slowly release. Other side. Bring it in. Counteract. This arm is pressing out while this arm is holding it in. And the goal is to press the shoulders down and feel a nice, gentle stretch that is happening. Inhale and exhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then slowly release. Now we're just gonna bring our shoulders up without crunching our neck. So we're just gonna bring it up and slowly just take it back forward and do this gentle small circles just with our shoulders. Other way. Don't forget to breathe. Come back to center. Inhale. One more deep breath down. And take your arms all the way up, keeping our heart open, shoulders down. Bring our hands together as we bring her down. And we thank God for this time. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you next Thursday morning, or you can always watch this video that will be uploaded to Facebook, okay, and YouTube. Bye. God bless.